Hello everyone, I'm Greg Look, thank you for joining me, and welcome back to episode 51 of Factorio with Angels and Barbs mods, where we are working towards smelting brass. So we're just trying to set up a mock-up of whatever we want to be doing, just to get an idea about what needs to be done. So far we have the lead smelting and the molten lead. The lead ingots and the molten lead. The molten lead needs to go into zinc ingot production in chemical furnaces. No, they don't need any fuel. So we don't need two wells here, just one. We do need 2 pipes of input though, so let's move that back out. Let's actually do this. Because then we can get this in some way. Actually, we should be using underground belt instead. We will get to that. So these two will produce 240 molten lead every 4 seconds. That's 60 per second. That's enough for 4 of these if we want to. And we get some output from that, of course. And we get zinc ingots and lead ingots. And the lead ingots needs to go back into this setup. For more stuff. So here we have an ingot belt as well. That's just direct feeding. And this is why it would be a bit easier if we compartmentalized this, but let's just go on. So we have to, at least the lead output on a belt. Yeah, we can't directly feed from all of these back into these. We can just put it back on this belt though. No more belt. Let's just grab some before I get annoyed by it. And what are we working towards? The gunship, I think. Yeah. Okay, rocket booster. That makes sense. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, we need to start upgrading stuff here with the iron input. Let's do that. Stop it. What you in there? Did we drop anything else? I don't think so. I have too much brick for once. And now I don't. This is supposed to be 1:1 ratio. I'm not sure if it is though. Oh, that should be. Let's believe in the math. Some of these machines are just backed up. And yeah, now it doesn't really help us that we have 4 belts anymore. Did we actually want to remove this? I guess we did. So let's just let it empty out a bit more. Yeah, that's too slow. Just need a little bit of space. We do have a lot of underground pipes on us, but that will have to do. Maybe this was the wrong way to do it. There isn't even a reason to actually split it out. So let's just go with that. Okay, keep the research going. Okay, so lead, molten lead, zinc ore. I think I'm okay doing something like this. And I think I'm okay. This is the zinc ore that will be on this belt. I think I'm also okay bringing the lead ingots back like this from here. That cleans up this side. Where we now have 4 machines making 24 zinc ingots every 4 seconds, so 6 by 4. Well, 24, obviously, per second. And those can be smelted in an induction furnace, right? Bronze, aluminium, zinc. Do we need zinc plate straight up? Nickel. plate. Well, we might need some of that. And I guess we could just as well get it from here. But what we really need is to actually smelt this along with copper. So here the fun begins, because we also need to smelt copper. This just seems like a clusterfuck. Let's treat it like a boss instead. Well, this might be okay, this part. Lead. What was that? Rifle. Sniper rifle. Interesting stuff. What's supposed to be running here though? Oh, that's... no, what? What is supposed to be running here? That was for lead ingots, I think. And that might still be necessary, but... let's do something like this instead. So now we have molten lead. And I guess that's so. That is what we need directly in the sink. So this pipe we will just do whatever with. Now let's focus on just the sink. We don't need this for anything else. I'm working back into the thing I just had, but please bear with me. I think I'm doing something different, but I may not be. So, sink ore. Also, if this is what we're doing, let's do it as we have always done and put these on the side instead. Move it up. Whoops. Not what I wanted. Nope. Lead. So we have lead. And we can just run some lead ingots along at some point later. In some direction, we won't pay too much attention to that. Then sink ore. And another one of these. No, a chemical furnace. And this is what we needed for this setup. We need more space for the inputs though. Okay. Do we even have zinc ore? Or do we only have nickel? Is this nickel? Nickel or zinc? I don't even know. It's nickel. How to get zinc? Well, let's just finish this instead of being too distracted. We just can't finish it yet. I guess it's just some more advanced ore sorting for zinc. Okay. So we've turned all of the lead into zinc now. And a lot of zinc ore into zinc. So now we can make some of this into zinc plate if we want to. And I guess we do want to. But some of it will also have to be mixed with copper. Let's say that's a copper build. For the molten zinc, we will just directly insert the zinc ingots. Not sure how much we have that. We make 24 zinc ingots per second. So we could have 8 of these, but we don't want to make all of it into plate. Just some amount. And I guess we put that into a casting machine. For zinc plate. Now if we make 120 every 2 seconds, 60 every second. Are we really making 60 every second? 220 every 4 seconds, that's 120 every 2 seconds, that's 60 every second. I just want to know if Helmut agrees with me. Well, what will it agree with me about? I don't know. Let's not worry about that. Let's just have a quick look. So with enough ore and enough molten lead, we can make 24 zinc ingots per second. We do also need 24 zinc ore per second though, and this belt cannot carry that, but a red belt would be able to. But then this is the full tall setup, we won't be going up from there really. And that's okay, I guess. We won't be needing a full belt of lead, right? Nope. So 24 every 4 seconds. 2 times 12 every 4 seconds, same. Makes 120 times 2, so 240 every 4 seconds. 4 of these. We'll need 60 every second. $240 divided by 4 is 60, so that is correct. 24 every second. Well, we're not using it all here anyway, so no real reason to decide what to do here. But for now we are spending 6 every second, so 1/4. And every 2 seconds We produce 120, or every 1 second we produce 60. That is a lot of these. That's 6 of these, just for that. How much plate can those make? 4 every 4 seconds, so 6 plate per second. Okay. The rest of the single, I was thinking this is supposed to be copper, right? We can't really insert anything directly here. This can supply enough for these two. So I guess we need another belt. For the ingots, I mean. So let's move out a bit. Gunship, go. Now where do we make this? Or should we just bring the... Do we want to make this more complicated, or do we want to bring the zinc ingots down and put with the copper ingots somewhere else? I mean, we do have a lot of space up here. So let's just try and do it above this. So copper and zinc on these two belts. Where is this done? In an induction furnace. Brass. We need a lot more copper than zinc though. Let's try and remember that. So this can use 6 ingots every 4 seconds. We were producing 24 minus 6, so 18 per second. That means 12 of these, because 4 of them is 6 per second. I think so. This is way overscaled, it seems, but oh well. Let's start with 4. And we just put ingots in here. And then we need to smelt the bronze, no, not the copper ingots. Which we need one of these for. Fuel. Or we just need this part, right? No, that's for molten. We just need this part. This can make 6 per second. We need, if we wanted to scale it correctly, we need 3 times 18 per second. I think. Yes. Because we have 18 zinc per second and we need 3 times as much copper per second. Not gonna happen with these belts, of course, at all. Maybe we should just put this in directly. I am overcomplicating this a lot because I want to do everything together, but and I think this is actually a stupid idea. I think some of the more advanced smelting setups will require all of the different ingots basically. Should I not be doing this? If we look at our iron smelting, that is just iron and some weird stuff. But how about steel? Molten steel. Oh, not from that then? No. So we can mix steel with silicon, with manganese, with nickel, and other stuff. How about iron then? Can we mix that with other things for more output? Manganese, silicon, nickel cobalt, chrome nickel. So yes. Do we need a small bus of ingots of different type? Or is that too early to start thinking about that? At some point I think we need it, but is it overkill for now? I think it's a bit overkill. Let's just produce copper right here. Bring it down and around. This goes to the bus. We need to actually put the output of this into some of these. Bronze, brass. These can produce 240 per second. A lot. We can't spend all of that. I don't. Well, let's just not worry about doing the right ratios for this right now. We just want some brass production going. I think this is all basically correctly set up. So let's just start going. So fuel. You only need to get here at this point. We do have lead ore. This lead needs to get on. Something like that. Good. Whoops. So that's lead done, right? Molten lead goes in. Now this will output some of its lead ingots back out. but we don't have the sink to go into this yet. But we will get there. Okay. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for in this episode, so thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.